For this video, we're going to start talking about how you create a calendar entry. And so when you're in your calendar, so this is where I left you guys last time, where I had my calendar open and the Forest Grove calendar open. You can see that this is May 4th to May 8th, and here are the entries that are in for that week. Now, if I want to say I've got a meeting that I'm scheduling with students at Monday at 9 o'clock, what I need to do is I simply just double click on here, or I can click on the new appointment tab. I simply just like to do it right in the calendar itself. I'll click on it, double click on there, and then it pops up with this. I can put my subject is meeting with students and division 25. My location, I'm going to go out in the labyrinth, apparently. And I'm going to say it's from 9 to 9:30. Oftentimes it's defaulted to all day, so watch for that. Try to give the actual time, so I'll click from 9. I'm going to be a really grueling class. We're going to make it 2.5 hours of just sitting in the labyrinth freezing. Hopefully in May it's a bit better weather. So I've done all that. I've got the times. It's all there. If I wanted to change the date, I'm like, oh no, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. I can click on Tuesday instead. The other important thing I want you guys to always try to do is categorize it. So this is Division 25, which is obviously a primary class. So I'm going to click on primaries only. Okay, I have a variety of different categories I may add to that. Say it's a Mandarin class. I'm going to click Mandarin this time. So now it'll color code it. Okay, so I think I'm ready. I push save and close. And you can see it popped up. So no longer is it on Monday, it's on the Tuesday now. Okay, I realize now that this is way too long for kids, so I just actually can just change it without going into it. I'm going to make it only an hour long. So I just make it an hour long. So now it's going to be from 9 to 10 now. Okay, it shows that it's going to be in the labyrinth. It shows there's going to be a meeting with students. Now, the problem that a lot of people run into, I've run into this when I was at Buckingham and also when I was at Brantford, is when people add to their calendar, by default, it actually adds it to their calendar. This one right here, oftentimes when they load it in. I'm on default now in Forest Grove, and I know that simply because, do you see all these items here? They're really highlighted, but this item back here is kind of faded. This is kind of faded. That's because those are from this calendar. And you'll watch when I click on this calendar up here, this is my personal calendar, those are now highlighted more than these ones. These ones are slightly faded. So if I'm worried, like when I put this in, I put it into the Forest Grove calendar for sure. There it is. But just to make sure, I always suggest that people take this, left click on it, and drag it over to Forest Grove, just to be careful. Okay, just to be careful that it actually went into the Forest Grove calendar. And for example, if I wanted to make it go into my calendar, so if it's in my calendar, people in Forest Grove cannot see it. So I'm going to put it into my calendar now. And you'll see that it's slightly faded now. It's faded. Okay, and so if I got rid of the Forest, or if I got rid of my calendar, you no longer see that anymore. So this is the Forest Grove calendar, and I want to make sure it's in there. So just if you can consistently just make sure you drag it into the right Forest Grove calendar. Again, this one may be called Kirk Gurney, not Forest Grove. Click it in there, and now it's in the Forest Grove calendar there. Okay, so if you're putting it in there, you can decide how long session you want to do. If you can just make sure you color code it and put it into the correct calendar, then everyone can see it. And if you don't want us to see it, make sure it's in your calendar. Thanks.